Hello, my name is Aurelia. As usual, we celebrated Christmas at my parents' house. At the table were I, my 9-year-old daughter Lena, our relatives, and of course, my mischievous, naughty 20-year-old brother Kevin. Kevin leaned across the table with a lazy grin, balancing the candle between his fingers like a party trick. The flame was small, almost polite. That's why no one stopped it. Wax dripped onto the tablecloth. My mother frowned at the stain, but said nothing. The room smelled of roasted chicken, wine, and old family comfort that had long ago gone stale. "What is that?" Kevin asked, nodding toward the scarf folded beside Lena's plate. My daughter straightened instantly. "I made it," she said softly, "for Grandma. 2 weeks, every evening, fingers raw." Kevin chuckled. "Looks flammable." I opened my mouth. Too late. The flame kissed the yarn, and the scarf caught fire with a soft, cruel whoosh. One of the guests, seeing the fire, instantly splashed mineral water from his glass onto it, and the fire went out. The white scarf turned into a burnt black one. A child's work collapsed in seconds. Lena didn't scream. She froze at Kevin's rude behavior, speechless with surprise. Kevin laughed. "Relax, it's just wool." Someone snorted. Someone else muttered, and it turns out that wool burns well. My mother stood abruptly, already reaching for napkins. "Oh dear, what a mess," she said, wiping the table. She did not comfort her granddaughter, but simply wiped the table clean of wax and traces of burnt wool. Lena's shoulders shook. She stared on the burnt remains of the scarf, eyes wide and glassy, lips pressed tight as if sound itself were dangerous. She wasn't crying. She tried to come to terms with it. And I knew that silence. I had lived inside it my entire life. I watched my daughter learn the lesson I was taught at her age. Don't react. Don't upset them. Make yourself smaller. Kevin leaned back satisfied. "See? No big deal." Something inside me snapped. Not loudly, not dramatically, but cleanly, like a wire pulled too tight. I pushed my chair back. The scrape cut through the laughter. I stepped between Kevin and Lena. "She made that with her hands," I said, my voice steady in a way that surprised even me. Kevin rolled his eyes. "Aurelia, don't start." I didn't look at him. I looked at my daughter. She watched me, waiting to see if I would resign myself too. That was the moment I understood. If I stayed quiet, I wouldn't just lose my voice, I would lose her. Lena didn't move. She sat perfectly straight, hands folded in her lap, eyes fixed on the blackened threads still smoking on the table. "Sweetheart?" I whispered. She didn't look at me. Kevin shrugged, already bored. "See? She's fine. Fine." The word echoed in my skull like a lie told too often to bother correcting. My mother Nora hovered over the table, scrubbing at the scorch mark as if she could erase what had just happened. "Accidents happen," she said lightly. "Let's not ruin dinner." I stared at her hands. Efficient, calm, avoidant. "You calmly clear the table," I said slowly, instead of calming the child down. Nora flinched but didn't stop. "Aurelia, please, don't make this bigger than it is." I looked back at Lena. Her foot tapped once, twice. A tiny, unconscious movement, energy with nowhere safe to go. She was holding herself together with sheer will. I knelt beside her chair. "You can cry," I said softly. "You're allowed." Her throat worked. Her eyes finally met mine, wide, terrified, pleading. "No," she whispered. "It's okay. I'm okay." That sentence broke me, because I knew where it came from. I heard my own childhood voice inside it, the birthdays where my feelings were inconvenient, the apologies I learned to give for existing too loudly, the years I spent shrinking so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Kevin scoffed. "Drama again, she gets it from you." I stood. The room seemed to tilt. "This ends now," I said, not shouting, not pleading, stating a fact. Nora finally looked up. "Aurelia?" "No," I cut in. "I won't teach my daughter to survive by disappearing." Silence fell, thick, dangerous. And across the table I saw my father Jordan watching. Really watching, his jaw tight, his eyes dark with something old and buried. I didn't know it yet, but the silence I broke that night was about to shatter everything we pretended was family. My father hadn't spoken all evening. That alone should have warned us. Jordan sat at the head of the table, shoulders squared, hands folded so tightly his knuckles had gone white. He hadn't laughed when Kevin laughed. hadn't flinched when Lena went silent. He had simply watched, like a man counting heartbeats before a final decision. When he stood, the floor creaked beneath him. Every voice died. Slowly, deliberately, he reached for his left hand and twisted his wedding ring. Once, twice, the skin around it reddened. My mother noticed then. "Jordan," she said, uneasy. "What are you doing?" He didn't answer. He pulled harder. The ring resisted as if 40 years had weight. When it finally came free, he didn't drop it on the table. He stepped closer to my mother and placed it on her plate. The sound it made, soft, metallic, felt louder than Kevin's laughter had ever been. "I'm done," my father said. His voice wasn't raised. That was worse. "I'm done keeping the peace, built on deception and humiliation." My mother stared at the ring like it was a foreign object. "Don't exaggerate," she whispered. "You're upsetting everyone." "No," he replied. "I'm stopping the damage." Kevin scoffed. "Dad, seriously? Over a stupid scarf?" My father turned to him, eyes sharp with something I had never seen before. "That scarf," he said, "was a test, and you failed it." The air felt tight, pressurized. "You think this family runs on silence?" Jordan continued. "On pretending nothing hurts. I've watched it rot us from the inside." He looked at Lena. "I should have spoken sooner," he said, and his voice cracked just enough to hurt. "That's on me." Then he reached for the sideboard and returned with a thick, leather-bound ledger. He set it on the table with a heavy thud that made the dishes rattle. Kevin's smile faltered. My mother's breath hitched. "This," my father said, opening the book, "is the truth you've been hiding behind my silence." And in that moment I knew what he was about to reveal would burn far more than yarn ever could. My father turned the ledger toward the table, his finger tracing neat columns of dates and numbers. "You told me you needed money for repairs," he said to my mother. "Groceries, emergencies." He looked at Kevin. "You said it was a misunderstanding, a bar fight." Kevin shifted in his chair. "It was handled." "No," my father replied. "It was hidden." He flipped a page. "A restaurant, private room. The senator's son," Jordan continued. "A fight with the senator's son. You broke his jaw, ribs, and arm. Did you think the senator would stay out of it and keep quiet? On top of that, you broke stained glass windows and very expensive furniture in the restaurant. A lawsuit waiting to happen." My mother shook her head frantically. "Please," she whispered. "Not in front of her." "In front of everyone," he corrected. "Because everyone paid." Kevin stood abruptly. "You're exaggerating. You always." "Sit down," my father said. Kevin froze. "I covered it," Jordan went on, voice steady but eyes shining. "Your mother helped you. She drained our accounts to erase consequences. She taught you that destruction comes without cost." My mother sobbed openly now. "I was protecting my family." "No," he said softly. "You were protecting one child by sacrificing the rest." Then he delivered the final blow. "I froze the accounts this morning," he said. "All of them. The investigation starts tomorrow." Kevin's phone slipped from his hand and hit the floor. "You can't do this," he whispered. "I already have." My father turned toward the door. "You have 1 hour to leave this cabin." My mother clutched her chest. "Where will we go?" He didn't hesitate. "That's not my problem anymore." Rain began pounding the windows, sudden and violent. Kevin looked at me, then really looked, panic raw in his eyes. "Aurelia, say something." I looked past him, at Lena, standing taller than she had all night. "You should hurry," I said quietly. "The storm's getting worse." When the door finally closed behind them, I realized something terrifying and freeing. Truth always collects its debt. Our home has changed. There is more sunshine and smiles in it now. Morning light spilled across bare floors instead of tiptoeing around tension. No slammed doors, no rehearsed smiles. Lena sat on the rug, yarn pulled at her feet, fingers moving without fear. "I messed up a stitch," she said, glancing up. "And?" my father asked gently, sanding a wooden frame beside her. She shrugged. "I'll fix it." That was the miracle. She didn't flinch, she didn't apologize. Kevin's world collapsed quickly. Accounts frozen, lawyers circling, excuses useless without money to cushion them. My mother wrote letters, long ones. We didn't open them. One afternoon, Lena held up her finished scarf, crooked, imperfect, proud. "This one's for me," she said. I swallowed hard. Later, as the sun set, my father spoke quietly. I thought breaking the family meant failure. I shook my head. It meant survival. He smiled, lighter than I'd ever seen him. That night, Lena laughed when she dropped her needles, loudly, freely, no fear chasing the sound. We didn't save the family name. We saved something better, the future. And if someone asks me now what it cost, everything. And it was worth it.
Friends, what do you think of this story? Write your opinion in the comments. Would you like more stories? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any videos. See you tomorrow.